Hello, Expandacraft fans. Wesley here. I am going to show you how this gantry crane works, if you've not seen it in one of the other videos. But I'm going to tell you about the business. This is 10 boats on a trailer. We got one missing because the client has that. This is leaving, going to Miami, doing Hullover Pass. And there are pictures of the complete boat. This is just the base. Here is going to have an electric motor, a bimini top. It has a nice cover over the decking. The aluminum won't be so shiny. It was really neat and tidy boat. This is just the blank. And you can buy the fleet. I even have financing. I can finance you if you're in the right place, if you're in a heavy tourist area. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this boat, and then I'm going to the trailer and the operation. I'm going to show you how it works. This one is 20 feet long. It had to be only 20 feet because the client in Miami, Christine, has a HOA with a limitation of a 20-foot trailer. So we had to make it that way. You can also order this trailer with a 4 or even a 6-foot box in the front. So it's like a box room for gear and things of that sort. But let me show you some of the things I did here. We're going to get to doing this in a minute. Out of sight is out of mind. So what I've done is I've made a battery box here and here. And the idea is, well, now I'm getting all kinds of mess in it. The idea here is that you can keep it out of sight, and you can put like a tub on top of it with the inexpensive stuff. So you're not so worried about people just reaching in and snatching your stuff. The reason behind having an open trailer like this rather than a box trailer, one is you can stack them 5 high. I don't know of a box trailer where you can stack them 5 high with a gantry crane. But moreover, this is interesting. This has a visual impact. Wow, what is that thing? That is going to bring you renters. People will slam on brakes, turn around, do an illegal U-turn to come see, what is this thing? And if you show Expandacraft on your trailer, if they've seen Expandacraft like you have on the internet but haven't actually seen one in person, they're also going to do that slam on brakes, illegal U-turn to go and see an Expandacraft for the first time. And that's where you as a renter are also a remote sales point. So you don't have to actually carry the product. You take the orders, you show them the different configurations that it could be in a picture book, essentially. I make the sale by drop shipping it to them, and you get a commission on top of what you can make here. Now, what can you make? Well, this is your basics. Let's say you work, this one is renting for $150 a day at Hullover. And I think a day is 3 to 5 hours, something like that. It's up to Christine. She thinks she can rent these things all day long and is going to be doing another trailer load. Let's say you only rent 9 a day, 3 days a week, and you're in a real hot spot like Hullover in Miami or somewhere where you've got people waiting in line. In Miami, down there, it's every day, all day, tourist, not just the weekends. But let's say you only worked 3 days a week and rented 9 out of your 10 boats. And you only work those 3 days a week. Well, that's $4,050 a week. That's $16,200 a month for 3 days a week. That's right. And in a little over 2 months, you will pay for your fleet, which is $37,000 for a customized trailer. By the way, this is all aluminum underneath here. Yes, it's got the wood sheathing over here, and it's got this flat part. That's so you can put the signs on it so that it bolts up neat and tidy. Another thing I want to draw your attention to is the inset wheels. Now, remember, this particular client is in Miami, where the streets are tight and you got 90-degree turns. So if you had your wheels of the trailer all the way out here, it really interferes with your ability to turn tightly. So with this particular customer, that length and that turning radius was a huge thing. Her vehicle, her truck is a V8, but it's a shorter wheelbase also to help with this. Speaking of truck, you don't need much of a truck. The weight of the trailer with the gantry is 2,200 pounds. That's it. Because it's aluminum, not a big steel heavy thing. This box trailer, which by the way, the best of graphics in the whole wide world, if you were to put on it, nobody stops to look at a box trailer. This is something new, something interesting, and all this sailboat apparatus that I'm going to show you, where we use this is on here for a reason. You use this to move the boats back and forth, but I'm also going to bypass it because I don't have a crank handle. All right, the battery box, the extra long. Oh yeah, this is the 20 footer. If you wanted a 24 footer, that means instead of just having cabinets here alongside, you would have a 4-foot box, nearly the height of the gantry. Actually, it would be the height of the gantry, close to it, at least 8 feet, which is almost the height of the gantry. It looks a little taller than it really is. So it's only 8 feet off. Well, then you've got a lockable room, which is good. But it's not good. It only keeps the honest people out. Anybody can break into a box trailer. That's just a padlock. Okay, commissions. We'll talk about commissions if you're serious and you want to do this. I will finance a portion of this if you are in a place where I think you're going to be a success. Now, if you live in Podunk somewhere that's got a little bit of water, I might not do that. Maybe I'll carry a little bit, but you are going to have some skin in the game, and we'll talk about that if you're serious about it. So for less than the price of a new pickup truck, $37,000, you can be in and you get an exclusive territory. That's part of what you're paying for, is you're going to be on the Expandacraft website, and you're going to have all kinds of promotions that come from me on an ongoing basis, and no one will be allowed to have an Expandacraft sponsored rental business anywhere near you, and they won't earn commissions even if they did. Let's say somebody did buy their own boats and didn't want to be an Expandacraft dealer. Don't know why they do that, but you get a full territory. Okay, this is how I get the boat off of the trailer. Now, this will go eventually to this crank handle, and I'll crank the boat out. But just to show you how little effort it really takes, I'm just going to do it by hand. You just have to make sure that this is on a continuous loop. But so this particular row here, this row, you can see that's just coming right off. Whoops, stop. Then you have the electrics. You're going to have a bunch of batteries handy so that you could have that. Now, here is where, instead of just a ramp and putting it on the dirt, if you back the trailer up to the water's edge, you could just slide them into the water. But if you're at a boat ramp where you don't have to park the trailer at the boat ramp to offload boats, you can park the trailer at the road where you can have visibility and have a cart, a big 4-wheel cart, which you can custom make. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to end up making a custom cart so that the boat can be at about this height, about trailer height, when you're loading and offloading. That way you can take the cart and wheel it down to the boat ramp, and depending on how steep it is, you might actually have to electrify the cart. Here in Florida, they're all pretty sloping. You take it there, so even if you got trucks on either side, you don't have to wait in line to launch your boat, because you're just going to wheel it down, dump it in, bye-bye. That's how it works. Folks, Expandacraft is growing leaps and bounds. I am moving to the Philippines for my base, but I'm not giving up my U.S. citizenship, nor am I going to just never come back home. Expandacraft is very much my business. If you are also interested in investing in the new Expandacraft EU, Germany, Australia, Japan, and maybe into the Philippines, but you have to be Filipino to invest in the Philippines, you need to contact me. My contact information is on my website, expandacraft.com, and you can always put a little comment down here in YouTube and let me know what you think about the boat, and make a good contact here. Wesley, Expandacraft Modular Boats.